I welcome you one and all to the series. The passage for the reflection is the book of Ruth, chapter 2 to chapter 4. And the theme is the man Boaz, a model for today. The goal is to identify 4 ways that Boaz becomes a model for today. It is said that a role model can teach you to love and respect yourself. If this quote is anything to go by, then the question to ask is what we learn from Boaz when we read the passage under consideration. 1 is generosity. The first time we hear about Boaz is in Ruth chapter 2 verse 1, and he was described as a wealthy and influential man in Bethlehem. Usually when people become wealthy and influential in society, the tendency to become arrogant or take advantage of others is high. This was not the case with Boaz. The passage says that Boaz, upon realizing that Ruth was in his field in search of food, he rather created an enabling environment for Ruth to have more than necessary. He told Ruth to stay in his field and glean as much as she wanted. He also instructed his men to be gentle with Ruth. In addition, whenever Ruth was thirsty, she should help herself with water. To crown it all, Boaz shared a meal with Ruth. By so doing, he extended hospitality far beyond the call of duty. The beauty is that Boaz did all of these without any ulterior motive. The question is, can men of today be generous to widows without expecting anything back? Can men of today be generous in society without any selfish interest? 2, nobility. What kind of moral principles or ideals do we have when it comes to relating with our subordinates? Do we treat them with respect and love? When Boaz entered his field, the passage says he greeted the workers by saying, "The Lord be with you." And they also responded, "The Lord bless you." What a noble way to relate with workers. Boaz respected his workers and also related well with them. As a result, he became privy to information about Ruth. His generosity to Ruth and love for her were based on information his workers had relayed to him. The point is that when we treat people with respect, crucial information may not elude us. 3, self-control. Acting upon the advice of Naomi, Ruth went to lay at the feet of Boaz. This was in the night after Boaz had eaten and drank. Around midnight, the passage says Boaz realized that it was Ruth who had dressed in her nicest clothes and had put on perfume. What did he do? He rather reminded Ruth that he was not the immediate kinsman to have her. What do most men do when a beautiful woman lay by them in the middle of the night? Your guess is as good as mine. Boaz, on the other hand, exercised self-control. In a society where we hear of rape cases, even at times among couples, Boaz should be a model for us. In a society where our sexual desires take the better part of us, Boaz teaches us self-control. In a society where young ladies are taken advantage of because of poverty, Boaz shows us the noble way to go. 4, respect for tradition. What are the cultural values? And what personal values do we have? Boaz was a man who respected the laid down cultural practices. Though he was attracted to Ruth, he was conscious of what the law stipulates. He told Ruth that he was not the immediate kinsman, so there was need for patience for the needed customary practices to be observed. The next day, he then went to meet the elders of the community to discuss the matter. It was only after the green light had been given that Boaz went ahead to marry Ruth. Do we have men of integrity who respect the laid down tradition? Do we make a conscious attempt to follow the customary tradition for peace to prevail? To conclude, Boaz teaches us values for our personal growth and also the growth of our society, especially at a time when there is so much emphasis on emotions without recourse to societal norms. In whatever relationship we are in, generosity, respect, and self-control must guide us. May God bless us all. Amen.